We've already mentioned FQDNs. These are fully qualified domain names, and they combine the host name with the domain name to make one big DNS name. Let's show this a little bit more here. By the way, there's one other way to change your host name, and you can do that by editing the host name file. And so we could do a vim/etc/hostname, and that'll bring us to the actual hostname file. Right now, it just shows deb client. That is the hostname. But let's say that we wanted to make this into a full DNS name with a domain name. Well, we could do that. We'll press I to go to insert mode, go to the end here, and we could add something like dot and the domain name. I'll say example.local. This is something you can use in your lab. You might have noticed I also have dpro42.local. .local top-level domains should work well internally in your lab. So now we have debclient.example.local. And so deb client is the host name. Example.local is the domain name. And if you put them together, you're going to get that fully qualified domain name, or FQDN. And this is another place where you can go to make these changes. Now you'll note one other thing here. You'll see down below it says warning in red, changing a read-only file. Well, no, we're not changing this file. We can't. We don't have the administrative privileges to do so. So I'm going to exit out of here and go back in with sudo. So remember when you have to use sudo and when you don't. Type in my password and make that change now. Got to have administrative rights to actually work with this particular file because it's stored in the etc directory. We didn't need administrative rights to change it in settings or with hostname CTL, but to access anything in /etc, you'll need those administrative rights. So I'll add that in now, escape out, :WQ to save and quit. And now you're not going to see the domain here. You're just going to see the host name. But if we run a hostname CTL, we should see the entire static host name, the fully qualified domain name, or DNS name, if you will, debclient.example.local. The host name by itself in Linux is also known as a transient host name. Okay, so there you go, a little bit about fully qualified domain names. Remember that a FQDN is the host name plus the domain name.